Are you not entertained? Is this not why you were here?
Lucky bastard.
Are you being sarcastic or something like that?
Fool, you should never mix your drinks.
What, are you retarded?
We'll have to take this abuse much longer.
You're a fool! You're a fool! You're a fool!
Oh, that's what we call diarrhea.
You think this is a fucking joke? This ain't Kenny camera. There's no hidden cameras.
Oh shit, I've said fuck. Oh fuck, I've said shit.
That's your ass. Get a weapon collector, Ross.
I could knock him out in the shed.
Are you kidding me? That is crazy.
Stop it, please. For God's sake, please stop it. There's no more time.
Is this not why you were here?
Right, everyone. WeaponCollector here. Right, it's been a while. I was visiting with Metallic, so I haven't been on for a few weeks. But yeah, I'm back now. All right, I'm just waiting for some people to join. Sort my screen out. Hopefully this sends out to people, otherwise it's going to be a very short, boring stream. Alright, let's see what happens. Sorry, I've just eaten, so it's made me a bit phlegmy. What is that? Notice there's a new feature on here. I'm going to click it and see what it is. Engage with your audience. Alright, that's a load of bullshit. Right. Yeah, I was waiting for people to join. I've been around Metallic's house, got back Tuesday, I think, or Monday. Nomad Steve, who came to visit us at Metallic's, then brought me home, and then he stayed here a couple of days. You right, Rich? How you doing, mate? So while Steve was here, how you doing, Nick? You right, mate? While Steve was here, we did a shooting competition. Oh, I didn't bother doing 3 rounds. I just did 1. So I thought it'd be shorter. I might, if I do the shooting competition nowadays, I might just do 1 round. It just takes too long if you do 3, I think. Now that I think about it, after all these years. Anyway, what are you two been up to? Or anyone on? Don't forget to like the stream. Hello, Pete. How you doing, mate? You right? Glad your dog is home, Rich. Carlos, how you doing, mate? I don't know if when I last live streamed, was my hands fucked? Because they still are now. I've rung up the doctors today. So I rang up the doctor today. Sorry, let me get rid of this tune. Went on the floor. I'll get it later. Rang up the doctors today, where I was on hold for probably an hour and a half for me to get through and them to say to me, you need to do it online. I nearly went fucking mental, but now I won't, because, you know, they probably love it when people go mental so they can bar them from fucking doctors. Yeah. Rex, how you doing, mate? You right? So yeah, so I've got a doctor's appointment. I don't know. Something's gone funny with my hands. I don't know if I've got carpal tunnel or getting some feedback. Sounds like you're in a cave. All right, hang on. Let me check which mic's going on. Might have the wrong mic on. Is that one's not in, is it? Right, hang on. Let me get my screen out of the way a bit. Which one is it? Right, hang on. Is that one? Yeah. I don't know if it keeps sounding shit. I'll play a long clip and go and get the other one. Yeah. Who knows? Who knows at this point? But it should be. Is it that mic? It should be that microphone. I forgot to go and get me other. I can go and get it in a bit if it's shit. If it's totally shit for everyone, let me know. Because I can't stand stuff like that myself. I hate it when you've got a fucking mic that's shit. Right, where are we? I've turned that round a lot, haven't I, accidentally? Tell I wasn't fucking ready, can't you? Richard said not much. Richard said, yeah, I can hear you tapping the mic. Yeah, so it must be that one then, yeah. I need to sort this shit out. It never sits straight anymore either. It's annoying. Richard said, not much. I took all my videos off YouTube. Decided not to bother uploading any public videos. I didn't know. Oh, that's a shame, Rich. Fair enough. What made you do that then? Any reason? You couldn't be asked anymore? Thank you, Rex. Richard said, can hear you tapping the mic. Sounds good on TV. Okay, well, maybe, I don't know then. I don't know. Does the microphone sound okay to everyone else? So, yeah, done a shooting competition. Went round metallics. My hands are completely fucked, but they already were. Can't do any work. I can... Even editing. Anything holding anything makes my hands fucking kill. But yeah, I have got a doctor's appointment now. So, well, actually, I haven't got a doctor's appointment. I've spoke to the doctor who may give me an appointment. I did have one, but it happened to be when I was around metallics, so I couldn't do it. Oh well. Anyway, what have you not been up to? Hello, Steve. How you doing, mate? He said, can I get a silencer for a 2.2 Winchester air rifle? Yeah, you should be able to. Yeah. Yeah, I'm as far as I'm aware, there's never been any legal issues with silencers on 2.2s in this country. I'm sure it don't matter. Yeah, you should be able to. Steve, yeah. Nick says, sounds fine to me now. I think it was whatever you moved was causing the weird muffled thing. What it was part of the screen was the microphone was touching the screen. Right, cheers, Nick. Because my monitor's just there. But yeah, there's no legal restrictions on air rifle silencers as far as I'm aware. Nick said, Steve, it just depends if you can find one that works with your rifle. Yeah. So there wouldn't be no legal issues. It's just trying to find one for it. What is the actual rifle? Did you say a Winchester air rifle? Yeah. What model is it? We might be able to find you one, Steve. Oh, I'll tell you what else I did. So while my mate Steve was round here, Steve, we met at the Wales Prepper meet, and then he came to us to Derby. Yeah, good bloke. And then he met us round metallics, and then he brought me back here. Sorry, I was trying to work. I'm sure we've met him one more time. Anyway, while he was here, I fixed his Crossman 2240 because that needed a new seal, and I straightened the arm on his. He's got a Air Arms TX200, like a new one. Well, a newish one. My brother had a really old one, and the arm was slightly bent, so I put it in a vice and straightened it out. Actually, it's fine now. We had a little shooting competition with that. Very, very accurate. Steve said, just bought it for rat control. Oh, nice one. Rex said, funnily enough, I've had a tennis elbow thing for 2 weeks. Never had it before. Can't do things like opening a can or turning a screwdriver or hold a mug of coffee. Pissing me off too. It's mad, isn't it? I don't know what I've done to my hands, but it's both of them. The left one seems to be worse than the right, luckily. But yeah, it just fucking hurts for no reason. And if I hold anything like if I cut someone with a knife or I carry some bags, afterwards my fucking hands kill. Yeah, it's horrible. But I think it might be something like carpal tunnel or tendonitis or some shit like that, or maybe repetitive stress injury, whatever it is. You know what I mean? Nick said the only restrictions is that they can't be posted through the post normally. You'd have to get it delivered to a local RFD or buy from somewhere. that does their own delivery. Does that apply to silencers as well, doesn't it, Nick? I didn't know that. But yeah, if he bought, so Steve, if you bought it from somewhere like Pelpax, they do that for you. They will. I knew someone was going to say wankers grabs eventually. Yes, pretty much. I knew as soon as I said repetitive stress injury. Fuck's sake. Pelpax, that's how they deliver to your door, don't they? With a registered firearms deal or whatever. Carl said, off to the Lake District tomorrow. Wild camp, tarp and bivvy. Must be mad. Storm on the way. Fuck's sake. Well, hope you have a nice time, mate. Don't forget to like the stream, everyone, while you're here. I put a couple of shorts on today. I think I've put four or five shorts on. Hopefully that'll get some more viewers coming in. Ain't many regulars on tonight. Hard Honor, how you doing? He said, yeah, I think some places deliver to the door, including Pelpax. Yeah, definitely. I know Pelpax definitely does because I got my Daisy Red Rider from them. Yeah. That's the good thing. At most of the big companies, I suppose they've got to, otherwise they would have lost a lot of Yeah, I have. Hard on, said anyone dealt with Pelpax? I have. My experience with Pelpax has always been good, but I haven't bought many things off them. Peach can tell you quite a fucking shit story about Pelpax. And actually, Peach, if you're on, did that shit ever get sorted? That was fucking ages ago. Nick said, probably tendonitis. I have the same thing after a while of pushing my chair while I'm out and about. My hands will go completely sometimes left. No grip strength. Yeah, I'll tell you what else is happening, Nick. Some very occasionally my fucking fingers will get stuck like that, and then it's only once, and I had to pull my fingers back up. And as I pulled them up, you can feel like popping sensations in my fingers, and every now and then I feel like it's getting stuck a bit, and it'll like pop. It's fucking horrible. But yeah, I think it's maybe just leather work, working on the computer all the time. But then that don't make no sense that my left hand doesn't. My left hand hurts more than my right. I don't know. Holding a phone, maybe you can get fucking weird shit from just holding your phone all the time, can't you? Because you're just in the same position. Because I'll be honest with you, sometimes I'm on that fucking phone for hours. Just sat there, bored shitless, just fucking, you know. So yeah, Pelpax, I've always had good dealings with Pelpax. I think Peach paid for a gun on there. They said they didn't have it and basically kept his money, I think, and said, okay, we'll send you it when we've got it in 6 months or some shit like that. I may be wrong. Next, Pelpax got properly fucked during COVID. Payment handlers like PayPal suddenly refused to work with them and they lost a load of money overnight. Basically. Right, yeah. Yeah, I know some. I can't remember specifically what happened to Peach, but it was something like that. Yeah. But as I said, I've always had good experiences with PayPal, but not PayPal, Pelpax. But I have only bought from them a few times. Don't forget to like the stream. I hope you're all good. Anyway, it's nice to be back. As I said, I was around Metallics. I went around there to help her do. She'll tell you, but basically, I'll tell you the basics of it. I went around Metallics to help her spread her brother's ashes. You know, when you release the ashes, whatever. You know what I mean? She'd been waiting for 6 years to try and do it, and then finally did it. So I sort of helped her do that. We did a bit of axe throwing with her grandson and Steve. That was pretty good. She dragged a log, right? This log is about probably that round. So about that round, about that high. Fucking massive. She dragged that for fucking probably about 300 fucking meters to get into the woods. Gabriel, how you doing, mate? It's a spot of tea, sir. Black coffee for me, please. I can't show you, but yeah, black coffee. How you doing, mate? You right? Nick said, I've ordered from them loads of times now, including a few air guns, and they've always been good. Delivered bang on time and all that. Yeah, nice. So saying that about Metallic isn't on tonight. She's well, this will sound a bit weird. There's nothing to do with the log. Her back is fucked at the minute. but because she's got ME and fibro, it's more to do with that. And because she had her back was a bit fucked before she dragged the log. When she dragged the log, it made her feel better. But now suddenly, yeah. Hard on, I said, yeah, I only recently put in my first order with Palpatch. Customer service didn't seem great, but Trustpilot was good, so I took a chance. Yeah, I think the only thing I've ever bought from Palpatch was my Daisy Red Rider. But I feel like I've bought something else. I may have bought a crossbow from them because they do crossbows on there. Might even do knives on there, but I don't know. Yeah. I'll tell you what I have done today for people who are interested. I won't go on about it too much because a lot of people, especially if they're new, won't have a fucking clue what I'm talking about. I am about 95% finished with the brand new Spyroverse documentary, which will be... I'm tempted, I'm going to ask people soon if they want to join in. I'm tempted to do a Spyroverse special on the Halloween weekend, and on actual Halloween night do a Halloween special of people's stories, because I always do that. So you may get a special fucking 2-dayer, for because I think Halloween this month, this year is on like a Wednesday or something, or a Thursday. So then the Saturday we'll do a Spyro special, which will pretty much be all new content. I might put the last episode on as well, but there'll be a brand new 1-hour documentary, a new book reading. I'm probably going to do Prep for It's book reading this time, so it's something different. There's loads of new content. Richard said, "Are we going to get a spin-off of Nasty Desmond?" Maybe. Cookie, how you doing, mate? You're all right? Yes, I have returned finally. I've been around Metallics visiting. My hands are still fucked though. I think I'll do a video in a few days, like telling people, because there's a fair few people who I'm supposed to be making things for. But I've tried to get a doctor's appointment. We'll see in a couple of days what happens. Rio Digital, how you doing, mate? Yeah, so I've nearly done the documentary, and then I'm also going to do something called Late Night Spyroverse Confessions, which will be the free. I asked people to do sort of fake interviews on experiences they've had with Spyroverse. 3 of them were like 6 minutes long each, which were a bit too long. So each of those I cut down to about 3 minutes. They still work. So in Late Night Spyro Confessions, the full 6-minute interviews, which will add up to about 20 minutes altogether with my intro, will be on there as well as its own sort of episode. Hold on till I enjoyed the Spyroverse series. You did, mate. Yeah, I watched it. I love. Yeah, good. Thank you, mate. Yeah, no, I love the Spyroverse stuff. Yeah, I think it's great. All I got to do next, I would have done it tonight. I would have done. I just need to do a voiceover outro essentially, and then do the credits, and it's done. Yeah. But if anyone's watching this and they've said they will join in, and I've said you've got till like the end of October, sorry, you still have. I can add it in. I can just add. If anyone else does an interview, I can add that in later. But I'm going to essentially finish it now, and if I don't get any more, it's done. Yeah, so look out for some brand new Spyroverse content soon. I don't think I'd have enough time to make a completely new episode. But I might do. We'll see. Because I say, if I finished the document, I'm going to finish the documentary tomorrow. That'll give me nearly a month to film a new episode. Series 1, episode 1 of Series 2. Alciano, how you doing, mate? He said, "Don't be a bum, hit that thumb." Yes, thank you, mate. What have you been up to, Al? Anyway, been up to much? Yes, do like the stream though, please. It is very much appreciated. And if anyone ever wants to support this channel, you can. It don't matter if doesn't matter if you don't, but some people want to. So if someone puts the word !support in the chat, Nightbot put the links on. The link is also in the description. And yeah, you can donate via, I think, of Coffee, which is like a really quick, easy way to do it, to go straight into my PayPal. Less fees. Carlos, I'll tell you in a second, mate. In fact, I'll get your link in a second while this little advert plays. Right, hang on. Oh, fuck it, I thought I had to think. Right, I'm back. Just give me a second. I'm just finding the playlist, getting the link to it. Right, try this. This should be it. Let me just check that. So basically, go onto my channel, look up playlists, and look for the Spyroverse. Or welcome to the Spyroverse, it's called. And then if you watch it in the order that it plays, it will just be perfectly how you need to, everything you need to know. So there'll be the fake documentary, which tells you like what's going on, and then there'll be episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 of the Spyro Files, and then some of the adverts, because there's like fake adverts and fake TV shows that I've made. And then, as I said, for Halloween, I'll do a brand new part 2 documentary for the stuff that wasn't explained in the first one. Right. So there you go, Carlos. Yeah, just look on my channel for Welcome to the Spyroverse. But that link I just put in is the playlist. Sorry. So that was Carlos. Where can we see the Spyroverse? Real Digital. Sorry, you're probably fed up with people asking these questions. Now that's all good, mate. He said the 2 long guns underneath the pump action. They are basically 2 cheap Diak shotguns, and sadly I'm pretty sure the double barrel might have a maker's name on it, but the single barrel, I can't remember ever seeing anything on that. Maybe I'll have to look, but yeah, they was about 60 and 40 quid. Jumbo Salboo, how you doing, Riggs? You all right, mate? Real Digital said 16 viewers, 16 likes. Oh, that's good. Nice. So yeah, the Spyroverse. Brand new content coming soon. There's loads of stuff. There's books. There's the TV series. The TV series, it's a web series. I am going to bring out a proper DVD for it soon as well. Hopefully this year. Yeah. Yeah, the Spyroverse is good fun. It's just pure, gory, stupid comedy. Horror, comedy, sci-fi shit. It's just mental. Carlos said, you scrub up well all dressed up. Cheers, mate. See me in my overcoat, have you? Nice. Yeah, so you got the fake documentary, which basically I did the documentary so that for people who don't know, it will explain what's going on. Yeah, that's what this is. Spyro hunting an intel team. I've even got my own ID. Find out all about this soon. Need to get a new one though. Where the fuck is it? My ID's not in here. Oh, bollocks, I lost my ID. Well, I don't know where my shit ID's gone, but it ain't in there. What's that other card? Ah, bollocks. Right, hang on. Ugh. I'm going to have to try and find my shit ID soon. It's gone missing. Might be in, I don't know. No, I don't. Metallic, don't I? I don't know, doesn't matter. Fucking hell, I'm boiling hot. Dumble Sauber said, depressed, mate. Cut up 5 brunny before the February deadline. That's 8 blank files I've had to destroy in the last year. That's proper fucked up, isn't it, Reeves? Proper fucked up. The only reason I haven't had to do it is because I got skint a couple of fucking years ago, sold all mine, but I would have been doing that now. Gutting, innit? Carla said, how's your mum doing? Well, she's actually just got out of hospital again. But she is all right. What it is because she still smokes, she'll basically, she needs oxygen, but they won't give her oxygen at home because she smokes, because it's dangerous. So every couple of months she'll just go downhill, and then go to hospital. They'll put her on fucking oxygen therapy, and then like, she'll come out again, all right. But yeah, she reckons she's going to give up smoking because she'd be better off if she did, for like every fucking way going. And I know, like smoking's highly addictive. It's a bastard to stop. But if she stopped, she'd have more money. They could put her on oxygen at home, which means she wouldn't feel ill all the time because she'd actually be able to breathe. That might mean she can do more stuff, but you know they refuse. Cookie said, "I have the same with my dad." Yeah, it's a nightmare, isn't it? And she's very stubborn, and she discharged herself early. But yeah, but she's all right. But yeah, she reckons she's going to give up smoking for her birthday, which is in a couple of weeks. So I hope she does. As I say, they give her fucking oxygen. That at home, that'd make a big difference to her because she's got COPD. Yeah. I don't know if I said earlier, I might do an update video in a couple of days talking about my hands to explain to people. There may not be any builds until I know what's going on because the doctors may say you're going to have to not do anything with your hands for a couple of weeks and then it'll get better. But the problem with your hands, you never really, like, at all times, you're always doing something with them. Dumble Cell Bruce, I've got 12 or so left, mate, but I think it's the back doorway to a complete ban. And we'll weed out what is left, including the rarer discontinued ones. Like I have. Yeah, it's such a shame, isn't it? Cookie said, did you do anything about making Maglite strobe? The only thing I've done, Cookie, which I think I have got videos how to do, what I did in the end, so my two Maglites that strobe, hang on. Make this one strobe. There you go. Basically what I've done, I've put another torch inside it. So this one did require a drill hole in the side. Getting a torch inside it wasn't easy to do, but it wasn't that difficult. But at least you've got like the body of a Maglite. It's fucking rechargeable as well. So this collar, you've got the charging port there, turn the collar around, and then there's the button. Now, that's one of them. And that I can adjust up and down for brightness. I'll look in to see if I can find a simpler way for you, Cookie, because that does require tools. And this one's essentially hollow up to about there. You could put stuff in it, but in the end, I just riveted the end on. So there's that. Let me find the other one. As you know, this one probably has this one's probably more work than that one. You basically have to hollow them out and put stuff in. So this one has no button at all there now. The button's on the back there. I made that as well. I think that might be off of another torch. Basically, this has a pen light in it that runs off of AAA batteries. Press that to turn it on. I haven't changed the battery in this for a while, so it's probably quite low. But and to change the battery in this, you just unscrew the top, and then so you unscrew the top. My hands are fucked. It's gonna take ages. I just won't bother putting it back on. Christ. There it is there, look. Unscrew that. And you can take the batteries out. That one I think took quite a bit of work to do though. But I just wanted a strobing Maglite. I'm fucking sure you can get strobing bulb ones, mate, but I haven't really looked into it because I can't afford to buy one anyway. Carlos said, don't worry about doing the quiver and bent. No rush, I'll just wait. Don't forget about me. Now, Carlos, you're all right. You're on my list up there. There's a list there. You are on it, mate. So don't worry about that. No, that will get done eventually. When I'm able, I should be able to knock up a quiver. Quiver, I can knock up pretty quick. Bayonet, they're quite hard work, but you know, yeah, I'll get done eventually. Right, I'm not going to screw that one back on. Where are we? Richard, are you still watching? Richard or Peach? If you two are watching, can you tell everyone on the Discord that I'm live? Hard Honor said, yeah, I really hope she can quit. Can be well hard advised to quit, and I've quit a few times, trying to switch to e-cig now myself. It's like yesterday. Yeah, I don't know why she don't do that. Go on a fucking, or maybe she's not allowed, I don't know. But she won't stop smoking and she won't try anything else. I don't know. The problem is, she says, I can quit smoking whenever I want. And she can. The point is, though, that she doesn't stay quit. Because if you don't stay stopped, then that counts for nothing, in my opinion. It only counts quitting as if you never do it ever again. Because otherwise, what's the point? If you stop smoking, you might as well never ever smoke. If you manage to stop smoking, right, don't ever fucking smoke again. Because you've finally beaten it. And I know it's not as easy as that, but yeah. Carlos said, like I said, no rush. Get sorted first. Thank you, mate. I shouldn't have fucking took that. Even taking the lid off that thing's made my hands hurt. But yeah, it's very difficult. And I don't know. Hopefully she does stop, and then it'd make a massive difference to her life. The amount of money she'd have. The amount of money she would have. Tristan, how you doing, mate? You alright? How's your arm going? You getting better? My hands are fucked. I don't know if I've got tendonitis or carpal tunnel or something, or I don't know, but my hands are fucked. So I can't do anything. I can't make anything. Yeah, even just taking the top off that mag light's made my hands hurt now. I should have known. I should have just stopped. Yeah, I've been putting some shorts on today. I might put about, I don't know. It's a good series that I can put loads on, and hopefully they should get decent views. But don't forget to like the stream, everyone. And thank you, Richard, for sharing it on Discord. I do appreciate it. So it's really good. I was released from recovery a few weeks back and automatically jumped back to work, but I'm still taking it easy. Been doing videos here and there, and I'm back at the flea market. Oh, nice one. Yeah, do take it easy, Tristan, because what a lot of people do is they properly jump straight back in when they should go in easy, and then they fuck themselves up again. So yeah, you're doing the right thing, mate, and keep it up. Tristan said, I know the feeling, my friend. It's really depressing when you're so used to doing stuff and not being able to do it for a while. It can drive you stir. Yes, definitely, mate. I've been lucky that I've been able to edit stuff still. But yeah, my hand, I don't know what it is, but both my hands just really hurt. And it feels like the muscles or the tendons in my fingers. I don't know if I've just overdone it. And like, I don't know, but it just come on out of nowhere. I have spoke to, I emailed a doctor today to hopefully, because that's how we do it here, we have to email them or like fill out a form. Hopefully they'll get back to me and I'll have a doctor's appointment and hopefully have an idea of what to do. Because even resting them didn't make much difference, because the problem is with your hands, you can't really rest them properly. No, I haven't, Rich, no. Can you remind me about that on Discord? Maybe I'll buy some tonight. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, if you remind me tonight, Rich, please, or if you just write something on Discord now, maybe on my to-do list thing, please, and then I'll get some tonight. Yeah, that might be worth a try. Michael Orr said, do you own blank guns? No, I don't, mate, no. But I know about the new laws that's going through. No, luckily I don't have any now. I sold most of mine. Tristan said, yeah, and I also have a long history of that's the other thing it might be. So yeah, of arthritis in the hands of the family, so I feel the pain. Yeah, my granddad and my dad both have arthritis in their hands, so it could potentially even be something to do with that. Because Because I have noticed I'm starting to get lumps on my joints with my finger. Now, see that one there? That wasn't there originally. And on that finger. You see them there and there. They weren't there a few years ago. So, but that's not where my fingers hurt for some reason. But yeah, my granddad's fingers were so bad they was all like curled up, and you know, like when they're like bent to the side, and yeah. And it was about this age when my dad started getting arthritis in his hands, but he managed to, up until about the age of 70, they never got really bad, like not really bad. I'll have to ask my mum, I think, about what sort of stuff he did to stop himself getting bad arthritis, because whatever he was doing worked. Obviously, he was still getting it, but he slowed it down because there's no cure. Tristan's idea, but I'm slowly bouncing back. I went back to doing business at the flea market. Oh, yeah, I saw that you'd done a couple more of your replicas, or you'd certainly put a video on of your replicas, I think, hadn't you? At the flea market. I love going to, and since Halloween is right around the corner, I started building more and more movie prop guns. Yes, that's a great idea. What we'll have to do, are you still talking to, what's your mate's name who you did the Halloween stuff, and he joined in on my one? Star something. I can't remember his name at the minute. It's Star something, isn't it? I'll probably do another Halloween special this. No, well, not probably. I will. I'll do a Halloween special this year, and I'll try and get people to join in with clips again. Carlos said the joys of getting old, my friend. If you're knocking on, yeah, definitely, mate, definitely. Yeah, what you lot up to on the weekend? I think Saturday tomorrow, isn't it? I'll live stream tomorrow night. I won't be drinking tomorrow night, though. That's another thing. I've been doing a hell of a lot of drinking recently. So I'm going to have a couple of weeks off. Tristan said, when it comes to my wrist, I still can't bend it all the way down, which they said will probably be permanent, which is kind of irritating. That's a shame, isn't it? You'll probably get used to it eventually, wouldn't you? But yeah, it's one of those things that until that becomes sort of normal, that's going to be irritating, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, I think what I'll do, I'll just do some editing tomorrow, and editing and videos, I think. Yeah. Richard, might all the stuff that goes through the hole in the bone in your wrist, that swelling, pinching, trembling, it could be. Yeah, it certainly could be. Yeah, that. That's probably not a good idea. Yeah, that. But yeah, it could be, Rich. Definitely could be. Yeah, or yeah, something. Yeah. Carlos said, I won't be with you tomorrow. We'll have no service around. I have to get you getting out anyway. Then my doctor even joked around saying I'd be like Superman, tried to punch a hole through a wall and busted out laughing, so don't worry. Fuck's sake. Carlos said, catch up on Sunday. You know what, Carlos? If I feel like it and I'm up for it, I might even live stream Sunday night. Don't quote me on that, but I might do. Just because I haven't done any for quite a while. You know, I had a few weeks off. Real dead. There's too much pocket ball, mate. You're the second person to say that tonight. Could you hear the clicking in my wrist while I was moving it there? I was thinking the same thing. I almost like walk into these things. I give you these opportunities, don't I? Yeah, I might live stream Sunday night if I feel like it. We'll see. Maybe I need to write a new list. Not too many fucking lists. But yeah, definitely could be, Rich. Yeah, well, give it a few days and hopefully the doctors will get back to me. I don't know if they'll get back to me tomorrow now. Maybe I'll have to wait until Monday. It's weird though, because the last time I rang the doctor up, so what it was, I went online told me to go and ring 111. I rang 111, then told me to ring the doctors. I waited for an hour and 40 minutes and got through to the doctors, who then said, okay, we'll sort you out an appointment. Then I got a text, right? So today, I went straight on the phone, rang up the doctors, waited for an hour and 20 minutes. You need to do it online. And I went online and did it and didn't get nothing. So I was fucking bizarre for the same thing. I'm just got to check my phone quickly. Cheers, Rich. Justin said, yeah, and you were talking about my buddy Sam. He and I are still going to try to do videos, but he recently had his first kid. So he's probably going to take a break from videos. That's it. Yeah, because I had noticed, Tristan, that he hadn't been on for a while. And it had made me wonder. Yeah, Starlight something, wasn't it? Yeah. Another well, congratulations to him, to Sam and his new kid. Tristan said, another thing, I'm glad I can finally use my right hand to start writing again, because I'm a majority right-handed, and it's a real pain when you're not able to write with your right hand. Yeah, I can do like most tools and stuff. I can use both hands, but writing, yeah, you just don't do it, do you? You just don't really write with you. If you're right-handed, you don't write with your left. You might hit a hammer with both hands occasionally, or even do a screwdriver with your left hand if it's easier. You know, certain tools, drill sometimes left-handed, but yeah, writing, you just don't do it. No, I hope you have a good bit of fun at the flea markets and earn a bit of money, Tristan. That sounds good. I'm trying to think what else me, Metallic, and Steve did when he was around. Got drunk too many times. Fixed his guns. Fixed both of his guns. That was good. What else did we do? So we did something else. Tristan said, yeah, and I'm still having issues with the middle finger. But they said that'll probably be a permanent thing, like when I touch something on my phone screen. Fair enough. Elusive Dartmoor Survival, how you doing, mate? You alright? Yeah, nice to see you on, mate. Yeah, I haven't been on for a while because I was visiting Metallic. I'm back now, mate. Nice to see you on. Carl said, I'm dyslexic and ambidextrous. I can write a fuck all with both hands. Fuck, right. Dartmoor Survival, what you been up to, mate? I've got something wrong with both my hands at the minute. So I even tried playing a computer game. I thought, at least if I'm playing a computer game, my hands will be like resting. That hurt as well. Did you shoot empty cans with Tom said? No. We did shoot some empty cans down the back garden though. No, and also when I used to try and shoot cans off people's heads, it was only me doing it. No one was shooting cans off of my head. I was making people line up and doing it to them. That's a true story as well. Started watching Alien Earth. I can't watch any more of it. I thought it was so bad. I just can't do it. I've got 3 episodes in. I just can't do it. It's unbelievable shit, in my opinion. Just it's really irritating when you go to click something on your phone and your middle finger gets in the way because you don't have full control of it. Yeah, no, I bet that's annoying. Yeah. Dartmoor Survival said, I'll email you next week about the sheaf. I have the flu from Saturday till yesterday, so hopefully new video soon. All right, mate. Yeah, nice one. Yeah, I'm well up for making you a sheaf. I'll put you on the list. It may be, I can't promise you a time limit, but that's why I won't take any money. But yeah, it'll get done eventually. When my hands are better, I'll start being able to do like something twice a week. So, you know, that would only be the list cookie. You want to see it? You're on it. You're on it. I did get that lever. R.I.P. I did get that lever. It was you who wants the quiver bag, wasn't it? I've got the lever for that now here. And this is Dartmoor Survival. So what details do you need? Well, it depends what you want. I can't remember what was done. Was it an MOD knife sheath? You just basically tell me what you want on it. All that shit, and yeah, and that's it. But if it's not, we'll have to talk. I can't remember what knife it was for, so we'll have a little chat about that anyway. I can't remember what it's about now. Quite an extensive list up there, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 things on there. And he said, yeah, with all the extras, I'll send an email tomorrow. Nice one, mate. Yeah, then I'll put you on the list officially. I'm pointing there because that's what the list is. Would you like to see the list? There's one thing I'm going to have to contact them. Because one of the things has actually been paid for. That's probably what's been paid for. So I'll mess. He's all right about it though. He's like a proper old school regular, so he'll be all right about it. But I may have to message him saying I'm not sure when I can make it now. If you want to wait, you can wait, or otherwise I'll give you money back. But I'm pretty sure he'll say no, I can wait, mate. I've got some new toys. I bought a third pattern black Fairbairn sights and a Barnet toy. Oh, the fucking lucky bastard. It's been a while since that's been played. I think I need to get my fucking mouse going.
Lucky bastard.
Yes, I want a fucking demon. I might be able to buy a demon tri-strike at the end of this month, because last month, September, was the highest I've ever made via YouTube ads. It's not a lot, but it should be enough that I have a bit of spending money and buy one of them. Maybe, if I make some more money along the way. Richard, something similar, Michael. I was watching a video talking about crossbows and said their crossbows shoot 280 feet per second limited. Their max range about 15 yards. Just closed the video after hearing that. Yeah, I wouldn't blame you, because, yeah, after bollocks. Yeah, exactly. Carlos said, I like either red star at the side of my name. Carlos, are you a member then, Carlos? I don't know. Well, I don't know. How come you got a red star? The Cookie's got a yellow star because he's a member. I don't know, mate. Hard on to, yeah, thumbs up to everyone. I've followed this channel for years, but pretty new to following or commenting on any YouTube channel live streams. Yeah, the live streams are pretty good, hard on it. You can have a good laugh on here. Tonight it's quite it seems like quite a mellow live stream and everyone's just like chatting normally. Sometimes it can be a bit more mental, but it's always good fun. Yeah. Just chatting, isn't it? Just chatting. Tristan said, buddy, I'm going to the flea market tomorrow. It's every Saturday and I'll probably be there till 1 in the afternoon. I bought home 500 quid. Hopefully I'm open for a same outcome. What a fucking excellent bit of earnings there, mate. Yeah. Nice. What that was? Carlos. So the red star. Would you like to see what the red star means? There's a meaning to everything. So he's got a red star next to his name. That means I need to do it as soon as possible. Just bumped up the list there, because that was a bit of money I could make quickly, but that's all gone down the fucking shitter. Sorry, I thought you meant on the fucking live stream. I can't get in. Yes, there you go. You got bumped up the list, because that was a bit of a quick catch for me. Dartmoor Survival said, I'm doing my first live next Saturday. Fire in the garden. Got friends from the US joining the chat. Just a question and chat. Hopefully won't rain. If that's not at the same time as me, I'll try and come on and say hello, mate. There's a need to rename this the Ghost Town stream. Just need some tumbleweeds rolling in the background. I never did do that. I was supposed to do a tumbleweeds let's call it clip. Because of typical of shit again. You'll still be on the as soon as possible list. But yeah. That would have been a nice quick bit of, just get it done quick, but yeah. blame whatever's happened to my hands. Yeah, this one goes out to me.
Bit of a fuck up, really, isn't it?
It's a quiet one. Well, it's not a quiet stream tonight. It's not. There's 18 people watching. It's just a lot of the regulars aren't on tonight, as in, well, certain regulars aren't on. Not complaining. I love you all. It's a good chat tonight. Lee, how you doing, mate? You right, Saint? How you doing, mate? He said evening chaps on a couple of chats at the same time. Nice. Nice. How you doing, Saint? You right, mate? Dartmoor Swallows said it's on at 8. I was trying to choose the time so mates from the US could join as summer mods for the channel. If that goes well, I may do once a month. Yeah. All right. Well, I could get on for an hour and a half then. Yeah, if it's on at 8, I could get on for a bit. Because I'm always up for coming on saying hello, especially if it's someone who's just, doing their first live stream. I'm well up for coming on. I don't mean on camera, but I mean just on the in the chat. Yeah. That should be good. Thanks, all right, mate. Just family drama at the moment. Could have been better. That sounds a bit shit, but yeah, all right. I hope you're good, mate. I don't know if my hands were mentioned last time I live streamed, but my hands are still fucked. I can't do anything. I can't even play a computer game. I thought what I'll do when I got home from Metallics. I thought what I'll do, I'll fucking get a computer game and I'll just sit for 2 weeks and do fuck all with my hands. Apart from playing games, because you're only like holding something and maybe. Mole Man, is that the Mole Man that I've known for years and years, Mole Man? If it is, hello, mate. Hope you're good. Bloody hell, it's been a long time. Hope you're well, mate. I'm going to check quickly just to see if it is you. Right, hang on. Maybe a different Mole Man. That's all good though. Hello, Mole Man. I don't think you're the Mole Man I know, but hello, Mole Man. I've got a mate from years ago called Mole Man. Carl said at least I was on time tonight. Normally I'm late because I've been out on the piss. Yeah. Well, this one for the people who got on nice and early, and I forgot to do it. This one goes out to the people who got on early.
What are you doing so early? Shit the bed.
Spacey, how you doing, mate? You right? Dartmoor Swallow said, okay, cool, thanks. Yeah, I'm just doing a bit like you where I read the chat and have a laugh aside around. That's all you need to do, mate. After time, there's no point having a well, it depends. You can have a topic, but I noticed over the years I used to have topics, but what used to happen was most of the chat would ignore it anyway. So in the end, I just thought, fuck it, I'm just going to just talk to the camera and just let people come on, say hello, and just talk to them. Sometimes you have to do a little bit of filler, if people are being quiet, but you soon get used to it. Just have to try and think of shit to say. So if there ain't nothing to say, think about like what you might have been doing, what you may be doing, what you've got planned. You know what I mean? Thanks a lot. I messaged you on Instagram. By the way, deleted my account, just having a break from it. Fair enough, mate. All right. I don't know if I saw that. I might have. Or if unless I replied, then I have. It's been a weird couple of weeks for me, mate. Vinny, how you doing? He said, have you seen any good movies lately? I don't think I have, Vinny. I watched Melancholia, which was a weird one, but I might have already told you that. No, I haven't. I don't think I watched anything decent. Not that I could remember. Yeah. Rita said, Mike rarely joins other streams on camera. He likes to be in complete control of live streams. He's known as a dictator for a reason. You know what? Rich is 100% right there. He's 100% right. If I don't have full control, I'm not fucking joining him. Joking. I do like, I am more comfortable in my own streams though. It's weird. Lee said, I got a pain in the right hand. Been for a while. Have to stay off the games for a while. Can't even open a bottle top. Fuck's sake. What's yours from? Tristan said, really, I would call the flea market a swap meet because that's, in a way, that's kind of what it is. You don't just buy and sell, you also trade, but you definitely have to get up early, like 5 in the morning. Yeah, that sounds good, though. Carla said, when you're out camping next, I probably won't. Well, actually, no, saying that, I might try and organise a winter camp, like a private winter camp soon, but I don't know when. So maybe one more time this year, maybe. Saint said it was me asking if you could make WC belts. Oh, that I could definitely do. I have not seen that, Saint. I could definitely do that. I could fucking definitely make WC belts. Yeah. I could make WC fucking belt buckles, mate. Someone put that on the list. Elusive Dartmoor Survival said, yeah, across the US they do videos on their guns, but do survival stuff like me. So yeah, chat about survival, camping, guns, and whatever I want to talk about. That's it. The only things I don't talk about, which luckily doesn't come up much anyway, and I don't know if that's because people read like the warning thing, but I don't do politics or religion or shit that's going on in the news really, just because it can cause a lot of I noticed over the years. Now you may be fine with that, but I noticed what it used to do. It used to cause a lot of issues in the chat, and I just couldn't be asked with it. Or food, yeah, but the food thing's a diet thing. Trying to lose weight, and I have such fucking shit willpower that as soon as it's mentioned, yeah. But the thing is, I stopped mentioning that in the end because every time I mention it, people do it on purpose. So it became like you want people not to do it, but by asking people not to do it, they guaranteed did do it. If that makes sense. So it sort of became pointless even mentioning it in the end. Yeah. Yeah, the funny thing is, Cookie, someone mentioned that. Where are we? I won't ever forget, though, all the doctors joking around with me. One of them even said I was trying to cut my arm off to sell it. Fuck's sake. Well, I'm glad you're all right, though. I'm glad you're all right, because, you know, that sounded pretty fucking serious. They said, look at the salad and gain a stone now. That's exactly. I have an issue. My fucking, you know, a fucking, yeah. That's all I'm saying. I have issues. So yeah, what you lot up to tomorrow? That's a good one for you, at least. Elusive Dartmoor Survival. Ask people what they're doing if you run out of conversation, or what they're doing, where they come from. Hang on, I just noticed. I do actually. I can't quite shut that hand properly without it hurting. Yeah. Fuck knows. As I said, I should have a doctor's appointment eventually. Yeah, I don't think I've watched any good films. As I said, we watched Melancholia, which was it's a Lars von Trier film. Quite a weird one, but it had a good ending. I'm sure I've spoken about this online before. Nah. They said I think mine's arthritis related. Mine could be. Carl said I lost 1.5 stone in 4 weeks. Was fucking starving today. So I had fish and chips for dinner and Chinese tonight. I'm back to 21 stone. Fuck's sake, mate. Yeah. Well, I ain't as fat as I was at my fattest, but I ain't far off of it. Tristan said, you've seen the trailer for the new Fallout season 2? I know I haven't. Is that out now then? The trailer at least. I'll go watch that because that I did enjoy. I did enjoy that. Yeah, I don't know what people's opinions. What are your lot's opinion on Alien Earth? Because I don't know. I just thought it spoilt I thought it spoilt the other films. And I know it's supposed to be like. I think it's supposed to be like a different timeline, but that then means none of that can be canon. But they reckon it is canon. It can't be one or the other. It can't be a different timeline and canon, because they've got like better technology then than the technology that existed like 500 years later. It just, none of it makes sense. Yeah, too woke as well. Yeah, Andy, how you doing, mate? You right? Yeah, Fallout though. Fallout, I really enjoyed that, and I thought it was very true to the games. Andy said, "Evening, Mike. What do you think of drones?" Sort of changes the subject. Now, in all honesty, I don't really know a lot about drones. I know that the shit that they do in like war zones is fucking mental, and yeah, trying to deal with drones dropping fucking grenades on you that you don't even know the bastards are there. Yeah, that's hard to fucking fight. Spacey said, not long been up. Slept most of the day. Heard rain each time I woke up. Heard rain all this evening. So far, yeah. Hope for better. Yeah, exactly, mate. It's been raining here most of the day, I think. Hold on, I said might have to go on the Black Hunter Recurve bow tomorrow. Been laid up sick for I won't be able to use it for a while. You're gonna have to excuse the fucking trousers I'm wearing. I never wear these on camera, but you can tell I'm fucking out. I've got shit like this on. I call these death trousers because I'd only wear them when I'm fucking dying. I will be doing and I'm not going to pull it back because it'll hurt my hands. I'm going to do a crossbow, £150 crossbow versus £30 bow as a sort of comparison, because in a way they're pretty similar power. Yeah. So just a little, yes, spooky season, Spacey. What I'm going to do, mate, I'm going to do two specials for Halloween. We're going to have a Halloween special where people send in ghost stories or stuff like that. So anyone watching this, if you have a ghost story, you can join in. You can either do a video, you can either write it down and I'll read it. You can do like a whole like skit, like fucking, don't have to be real. I'll do a proper video asking for that soon though. Dartmoor said, you got a dog like me. One of my mods over there has about 12 pit bulls and he's 7 foot tall, something. Fucking hell. Because I think drone warfare is disgusting. Yeah, it's horrible, isn't it? Horrible. Definitely, right now I'm just eating pizza, watching a live stream, playing Fallout. And I didn't mean drones for hurting people. I mean laser ones, lol. Well, just as soon as you said drones, I thought, drop them. Yeah, they're pretty cool. I don't have one though, Andy. But yeah, they do seem pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah. It's a pretty cool advancement in sort of technology. Lee said it's the draw weight on the string that increases the speed. Yeah. And yeah, the draw length, because the crossbow only has a draw length of about that, doesn't it? And the bow probably has one that long. So yeah, that longer draw, yeah, makes it go faster. And so a £30 bow can hit about as hard as maybe not £150 crossbow, but not far off of it. Thank you, Carlos. That'd be good. Guys, I saw something really spooky at 3 a.m. on Wednesday. I only told one person, but it wasn't natural. Shit myself. Carlos, would you tell us it? Could we include that as a story in a Halloween special? I always do a Halloween special. Let me look what night Halloween is. So, yeah, what I think I'll do is Halloween's actually on a Friday. 31st of October, Halloween, isn't it? So I think what we'll do, we'll have a Halloween special Friday night and a Spyroverse special Saturday night. So you get a fucking dual special. I reckon that'd be a fucking awesome weekend. Rita said, cast efficiency and draw force curve contributes a lot as well. There you go. What Richard says about bows goes. Dartmoor said, so what's your next project or weapon you want to get or make? There's a few I want to make. I want to make myself another big Bowie knife. I've got a plan, but I don't know when the fuck that's going to get made now. Might be ages. Because I'm going to have to prioritize other people's stuff now. And I've got enough. Oh, no. So the one I want to buy, though, is the Barnet Demon Tri-Strike. That's the next weapon I want to buy. Don't forget to like the stream, everyone. There's 26 people watching. Rita said, do you reckon the redback has stopping power? Yeah, I think so, especially with a broadhead. Well, I don't know about the word stopping power is weird because crossbow bolts don't really hit like bullets, if that makes sense. I don't know, but I think the redback has enough power to, especially with a broadhead in, has enough power to like do the kind of damage that people want it to do, if that makes sense. If that's saying too much. I think so, yeah. But see, the problem with it does require broadheads to make a difference, or at least bodkins, but broadheads especially, because what they do is often if something gets shot with a plain bolt, especially a pistol bolt, it goes in you and then it just plugs the wound. So it stops the bleeding essentially. Whereas you'd want something to make people bleed. Sorry, things bleed. Things bleed. I was doing really fucking well then. Hello, Carl. How you doing, mate? And he said, "Oh, you got it. Nice. Have you seen them then?" Carl said, "Oh, mate, got the sheath from Nigel. Well chuffed on my dad's old bow. He now has a sheath. Oh, fucking excellent. Yes, I didn't know when you was going to see Nigel. That's great news. I'm glad you like it, mate. Just going to read these comments. Tristan said, yeah, I agree. Fallout Season 1 was awesome. Definitely true to the games. There was only a few things I didn't like, but they did it so well on that. It didn't matter. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you could ignore a couple of bits that, you know. Lee said, carbon, fiberglass or wood. Don't forget aluminium. Aluminium most of the time. When it comes to pistol bolts, I say aluminium. So I know what you mean. Yeah, you know what I mean. I was going around the thing with the broadhead bolts. They had a lot of weight. Carl said made up. Fucking, I'm glad you liked it, Carl. Yeah, what I did, I even looked up what that knife's sheath would have originally looked like, and I did that. So I've tried to make it sort of historically accurate to what it would have had, including the colour. Yeah, glad you liked it, mate. Carla said, I feel alright, can't telling people because it didn't make any sense, but carbon-based life forms to leak liquid. Fuck's sake. Leads to the I forgot about that. Really, yeah, man, I sympathise with you on that. I had to wear those pajama pants for a whole month. So weird, not just red. Yeah, exactly. There's my jeans there. There's my jeans just there. Yeah. Fucking, yeah. Yeah, they're like pajama pants, aren't they? I called them death trousers because I'd only be wearing them on my deathbed. Well, that's the only time I should be wearing them. You can always tell when I'm ill. If I've got them on, there's something wrong with me. It has to be to wear them. Yeah, I'd much rather be wearing my jeans. I've just been a bit lazy today. Spacey said, random thought, if the UK was to purge like the US films, I reckon it would be bloodier, more violent due to lack of guns. Yeah, it probably would. Yeah, it'd be more bloodier, wouldn't it? Yeah, because there would be more cutting involved. Yes, good point. Donald said, I'm a mod on the channel across the pond the other day. He had massive trolls on there. We were taking them down. Hopefully, I won't get that problem. Hopefully, you won't. I don't get many trolls now. It depends. There have been times when we used to get like proper troll attacks, and yeah, like I haven't had any trolls, which probably it's not a good thing in a way, because at least if you know you're getting trolls, you know you're popular. And I do sometimes suspect there are trolls, but the thing is with most trolls on here, I say to them, to be honest, just come on and have a laugh. You don't need to troll. You'd have a fucking better time just hanging around with us, talking bollocks. Richard, would you say a compound would be better? Probably not. Well, I don't know. A compound, it depends what you want it for. A compound sort of technically will shoot faster and probably more accurately. I don't know. but there's more things to go wrong with it. So if you're doing like, if you'd want accuracy and power and stuff like that, compound, yeah, great, but there's more shit to go wrong with it. So it really depends. If you don't have any issues with what might go wrong, who cares? You know what I mean? But for me, I prefer recurves because if anything goes wrong, I could buy a new prod and change string. I could do that myself. But yeah. Hard on said, anyone know how to replace the string on a compact? Well, I know in theory how to do it, but you need to make, depending on the crossbow, you need to make a brace. Because you see that one there, if that string broke, that's the whole entire system that would need replacing, because it's all one piece. Whereas like my Barnet Commando 2 compound, that had a string that went on wires. So you could just replace a bit of string about that. But that, I would show you, but I can't. The whole entire system is all one string. Spacey said, you're doing a late stream tomorrow? Possibly, but I won't be drinking tomorrow, Spacey. So I'll see if depends how tired I am. But I'm going to have a couple of weeks off of drinking because I've been drinking way too much lately. They said the bigger your channel, the more keyboard warrior trolls you get. Exactly, mate. Dartmoor said, it must be the time of day. I had over 2,000 more views from that live. Yeah, that's good. Very good. They said, generally, you need a bow press to change the string. What's the best thing to sharpen an MOD knife, in your opinion? Well, I would probably use what I've got. So what I've got is diamond grit, four-sided, fucking call them, sharpening stones. But there's better things. You can get those like V sharpeners where you just run it through. Like they're 2 rods, like big rods. I don't mean like the little draw through things, but they're big ones. Warthog sharpener things. And well, in my opinion, the best thing to sharpen an MOD knife is what you have, essentially, really. But those ones where you just set the arms and then you just draw it through, they're fucking excellent. But I don't have one of those. I have to do it by hand, so the angles won't be perfect. But it's good enough for what I want it. Hello, Robert. Hey there, mate. He said, I don't think you can beat the Interceptor. Best I've owned. Still need to get hold of an Interceptor. I will be having a go on a Revo 7 soon. Richard said, teardrop system, Mike. Thank you. Yeah, that's what it is. Ray said, I use really long G-clamps on mine. Spacey said, yeah, no need for too much. I've been drinking. I've probably got like properly pissed about 4 times in the last 2 weeks, which is quite a lot for me to actually get like properly drunk. One night, me and Metallic and Steve, we had a Buckfast. A Buckfast night's gonna be a messy night anyway. That Buckfast night, we had Buckfast, bottle of Jägermeister, 10 cans of cider. I found a can of 9% lager. I'm sure there's more than that. Yeah, it was. I was fucking like hungover the whole entire day next day. Carson, MOD knife's a beast. And you just reminded me. Thank you. I've got the one. So I don't know if he'll be on. I can't remember who it was. Might have been Barry or no, Mick. So this was Mick. Mick, who wanted an MOD sheath. If you're watching, Mick, there's your MOD sheath there. So that's his one, but I also need to make him a little bow enough to go with that. Pretty sure that was Mick. Here's Metallic's one. So this is the sort of other stuff you can get with it if you want. You can have, pouches and stuff like that. Hang on. Looks a bit tidier if you put the whatever the fuck it's called in the pouch. There you go. It looks better. Yeah, so that's Metallic's one. I'll show you the knife in a second. That's Metallic's MOD sheath. Carl's got one. I think Carl had one like this in black, but you didn't have the ferro rod, did you, Carl? I think, but you pretty much had the same as that, didn't you? I think, but in black. I think. So this is, I can't remember what this is, this MOD knife, but it's got like a blackened steel blade. Look how thick they are. Look how that thick that is compared to my finger. They're over like a quarter of an inch thick, aren't they? I think like 3/8 of an inch thick. God, my hands are so fucked, even holding that knife hurts. Robert said, I use an oil stone to sharpen my MOD knife, and it's best for an Adam's blade. Nice. Basically said I got stocked up on toffee apple cider. Nice. But yeah, I've been drinking a hell of a lot recently, so I might have a little break just for just this weekend, maybe next weekend. Robert said, still got my MOD knife from when I retired from service in 2015. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's a lot better. Lovely. Chris said, what's in the rubber pouch? Do you mean in here? Do you mean something else? In that pouch, there's a piece of, this is sewn in. You pull that, and it pulls out a sharpening stone. That bit of webbing helps you pull the stuff out. Otherwise, with pouches, they can be a little bit difficult to get the stuff out if they're, if the thing's quite tight in there. So yeah, that bit of webbing, you can pull it, and it pulls your thing out. So anyone who wants any of these sheaves, I am still making them to sell, and they can be different colours. You can have, instead of having the strap this way, it can go that way or whatever, or you can have it here. Anything you want, really. But yeah, as I said, my hands are a bit fucked at the minute, so once they're better, I can, yeah. Spacey said, Baby Sham not had that. Baby Sham's actually really nice, isn't it? Yeah, nice. Maybe I'll get some of that for Christmas. Remind me when it gets near Christmas, Spacey, to get some Baby Sham. Hard on said, yeah, I've had compounds for years and no real problem. Knackered the string on the EK Archery whip shot first time I tried to adjust the factory settings. Still not fixed it. Fuck, so that's a pain in the ass. Grizzard on the front of the knife, and he said, nice, awesome. Yeah, you pull that strap and it pulls out whatever's in it, because otherwise, as I say, stuff can be quite hard to pull out of pouches. Okay, how much? It depends on what you get. See, like the price of that one and that one might be 20 quid difference. So because that's got a ferro rod, this one hasn't been wet formed at all though. So this one's like essentially flat. It hasn't been wet formed around the blade. So that would make it slightly cheaper, but because it's got a ferro rod holder, that adds like a $5 on whatever. So I don't know, about 20-25 for one like that. And then because this one, if you actually look at the sheath, is actually wet formed around the blade. It's got a leg tie, ferro rod, pouch. That's got more work, so that's getting on for maybe like 40 quid, but I don't, it depends really what you have on them, but that's cheap as fuck for a fucking sheath like that. And sometimes it depends. If you're buying more than one thing off me, I'll drop the price a bit, Spacey said it's festive like Snowball. Yeah, definitely. Yes, exactly, mate. Yes. Chris said, are you a tanner? No, I just like doing leather work. I never used to do any leather stuff. Rob's a great value for those shoes. Thank you, mate. Yeah, I think it is. I think so. I'm probably ripping myself off a bit, but it is what it is. It means they sell and people are happy with them, and yeah, that's the fucking proper decent bit of leather as well. That's not thin leather. That's like 3.2 mil thick. Stitching's good quality, hand stitched as well, but that's still, it's lovely and neat stitching. And in the important bits, it's like doubled over, so it's strengthened there and there, and it's also strengthened there and there, and down here, any bits where there could be stress. And also, if you wanted to, you can have rivets. So if you wanted, see, this is again where it might add a few quid, but you can add your own strengthening bits. I can add rivets in the places where it might need to be strengthened if you wanted that. So on that MOD sheath, you could have, if you wanted to, a rivet there and a rivet there and a rivet there. You know. Hello, Dropped. How you doing, mate? Nice to see you on. Don't forget to like the stream, everyone. Please. Carl said, wet and windy at Piners Winter Camp. Good turnout and in the van run. Are you there now then, Carl? Is the Piners going on now? The Drop said, can you charge more for a cargo pants sheath? Volume is one thing, but if you're out there doing one-of-one, charge accordingly. Side note, one-of-one was my first company name. Nice. How you doing, Drop? You're right, mate. Yeah, I could definitely charge more for those, but at the minute, I'm going to just, get the name out there. Chris, I could do that. He said, I'd like a Staffy's collar with studs. I could do that. If you message me, we can sort that out. As I said, though, please just be aware, everyone, if you do want stuff, my hands are absolutely fucked at the minute. I've filled out a form today to hopefully get a doctor's appointment. Then I'll know how long I'll be to sort them out. But once it's done, I can get on with shit. Just at the minute, I could do stuff, but my hands are fucking in agony. But yeah, so if you don't have my email, put exclamation mark email in the chat. I'll do it. I think on Nightbot in a minute we'll put my email on. You're there at the minute, are you, Carl? Yeah, me and Metallic's back's fucked at the minute, and we wouldn't have got there anyway. But as you know, luckily I got to see Caroline and Nigel anyway. Lee said great price for the material costs and time, but definitely 100% Lee, because I tell you what, yeah. But as I say, at the minute I don't mind just getting the name out there. What my plan was to make fucking shitloads of them, get them out there, get people knowing about it, and then then I can bump the price up a bit into what I'd call a fair price for me, but still not be a rip-off, because I've seen people make, well, I think a rip-off anyway. Drop says, I'll put a picture on Discord of the pit I've been standing in most of the day. That makes your feet. Yeah, they do. All right, mate. All right. Well, I hope you have a nice rest tonight. Yeah, I don't know if I saw it. Have I been on recently to say about my hands? I don't know if I've got carpal tunnel or fucking summer. My fucking hands are still fucked. That's been like 3 weeks now, and they're not getting better. Robert said, was a bit lively up on Dartmoor today. Would have loved to have done an overnighter, but the missus is dragging me down to Newquay tomorrow. To bloody wedding. well, I suppose you get drunk there, couldn't you? Can you get pissed or you got to drive? Oh, Christ. I reckon that's secretly why I've never... Technically, I can drive. Technically, I do have a license, but I couldn't afford to run a car. But yeah, not having a car means I don't have to do any of that. So I said, been watching for about half an hour. Didn't have to say anything. Fair enough, mate. I couldn't remember if I'd said last time, I can't remember. I haven't been on for a while. Can you hear the wind here? You might do. I don't know about with that, might know. Dartmoor said, I live in the middle of the moors. It's pissing down and rain. Yeah, it's raining here. Chris said, I had carpal tunnel. Fucking painful. Not worth it, mate. It didn't work for me. Yeah, well, yeah, my mum had the op. So she had carpal tunnel in both hands. She had an operation in one, and that didn't hardly do fuck all. So she just left the other one. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know what it is, but it's when I couldn't even taking the top off of a mag light made my hands hurt. It's a bit of a bastard because it's all I do is fucking work with my hands. So yeah, you can have shit like rivets in as well, or you could even have little pattern in if you wanted to. Chris says shit ain't worth it. What, the op? Yeah, I want to make myself another Bowie knife. I've got a nice bit of brass for a guard. I'm sure I've got a picture of one that I want to do, but I can't remember what one it was particularly, but I've got a picture somewhere of a lovely bow knife I want to do a copy of. Yeah, it's not worth it, is it, Chris? What a shame. Yeah, my mum didn't have the other one done. It wasn't worth it. Drop said retired bootnik. Never went back home to London after my 20 years down here. Well, isn't it, mate? This one is made from a bill hook. Bill hook's quite nice to make knives out of. As long as you keep it cool, it's a good bit of steel. It's already hardened and tempered. Luckily, thank you, Chris. Luckily, I do drink enough water. That's about the only thing I do sensibly in my life. About the only fucking thing I do. Yeah, I got a couple of knives planned. Hold on, I'm not sure who mentioned the Revs. I mentioned the Revo 7 because I shall be borrowing one soon. Chris, dehydration bad for your joints. You know what? You know when I do get dehydrated, don't you? When I drink too much. I'm sure this came on after a fucking heavy drinking session. Because you can also give yourself, and I don't know what it's called, but if you drink massively, you can give yourself some kind of quick onset, like arthritis type thing. So I know a bloke who that happened to, that basically overdosed on alcohol and then went into went into a coma for a bit and woke up. His fucking hands was like, fucked. Dartmoor said Nuki is supposed to be calmer tomorrow, but rain till the afternoon. That's not a knife. Yes, that's not a knife. That's a knife. Basically, I should have got a spec wankers. Oh god. So yeah, I know nothing about the Revo 7 other than it's called the Revo 7, but I shall be borrowing one soon. Maybe in about a month's time, and I'll film it, and then I'll try and do some comparisons. At the minute, I'm just doing videos on. I'm doing loads of different videos, but the videos I did today were shorts on what do you call it? Self-defense items, UK League of Self-Defense items. Shorts though, so they're quite quick, like 1 minute videos. I'll just do like a video series, like 30 videos in a new playlist. Drop said, been there, Spacey. What's Penny up to tonight? Drop, she home or at work still? Drop said, my kid asked me for a knife and a chain. It was a long discussion. Yes. Well, that discussion, as soon as you said it, as soon as I read, the kid asked for a knife and a chain, that discussion had already started in my head. Lucky now. Fair enough. Tell us that hello. Dropped. Tristan said, yeah, I intend to jump right back into knife making. I already got a Bowie knife I'm working on that I made out of an old lawnmower blade. Nice. Nice. Chris said, how's the other half, mate? Sorry if you said all right. Well, Metallic, she's not actually my other half, but she's actually fucked her back up at the minute. But other than that, she's all right. But she won't be on tonight. She's fucked her back up. Well, I've been speaking to her. I've just come back from hers. Lee said, a mate of mine stopped the gear and alcohol for a month and went back to the alcohol, almost died straight away. Yeah, that's it. You have to be very careful. That's what people don't realise is if you're a heavy drinker or heavy any fucking sort of drug and stop it for a while and then go back on it, you can nearly kill yourself. A lot of the celebrities that die, I've noticed, because I've looked into it because, just out of curiosity, nearly every fucking celebrity who died of some kind of drug or alcohol related death, there's two things they've done. So far, I don't think I've ever found one who died purely of alcohol, just alcohol. It's always alcohol and drugs, which you shouldn't mix anyway. And the other one was giving up drugs and then going back on it and then taking what they used to take, and it killed them because it's too strong. Yeah. That's what it's always that. It's not always saying that, but you know, any of the you look at like the classic ones who died of what they say drug and booze, or you know, it's never just booze ever. It's never just booze. It's always booze and drugs, or they've stopped and then they've gone back on it and they've took it how they used to and it's killed them because it's too strong. They don't have the tolerance for it anymore. Lisa, the mate of mine, I read that. Drop said she sat over there scrolling. Drop said, who was it that had their first girl? Who was it that had their first go to weed slasher blade? Oh, what recently? It might have been. It was Saint, wasn't it? Chris said, worst place to fuck up is your back. I should tell her that, Chris. Yeah, back's fucked. Her back's fucked. As far as I'm aware, she couldn't even like get a toilet properly. You know, she's struggling to get a toilet. Drop said, worst case, your wife shoots you in the greenhouse. Yes. You know, Chris, sometimes it's a deep chat now. Sometimes it goes deep, sometimes it, you know, and then we'll flip it back over to, you know, some other shit in a minute. Gentlemen, yeah, I actually carry a Bowie knife while I'm at the flea market as a thief deterrent because there are people that are as petty as it is, they'll steal from a flea market. Yes, yeah. But yeah, I looked into it. I don't just out of curiosity because you know, I like to drink a lot. But no, I looked into it. You know, obviously you can die from booze, and you know, so you do have to be careful. But yeah, nearly all of the famous deaths from like misadventure from taking booze and drugs, it's never just booze ever. It's never just booze. There's always drugs in there as well. Because what it is, you take certain drugs, and that'll put you to sleep. And booze also lowers your respiratory activity, so you can stop breathing. If you do like two different, if you know, like drink and then take a drug that does the same thing, shit like that. Yeah. So just be careful when you take your fucking booze and drugs. Luckily, I don't take drugs. Jason said, and correct me if I'm wrong, but did you get a replica of the Sylvester Stallone toothpick from Expendables? Yes, I did, mate. Yeah, there it is, look. Yeah, there. Just there. Hard on says, sad to hear about your mate Lee. I had more than a few close scrapes with the booze myself. I lived to tell the tale, but pancreas has given me shit for the last 8 years. Yeah. Chris said, yeah, all those who died at 27 all died of drugs. Yes, exactly. Yes, yeah, the 27 club. Yeah, sorry, not 28. 27 club. Yeah, there's always drugs related. Because even like Jimi Hendrix, they'll say like died of booze, but if you look into it, there was drugs involved. There's always drugs involved. Yeah, but yes, as Hard Honor said, yeah, sorry about your mate. Yeah. But yeah, it's all drugs and booze. But yeah, you know, it's not a good combination a lot of the time. Drop says sometimes it's a long chat about shitting or preferred ways to work. Yes, exactly. Well, I was going to get onto that. I thought, you know, shall we start talking about, you know, shitting? Finally got a troll on. Or have we? Are you a white American? No. If not, die. If yes, you're safe. You a white American? If not, die. What a strange person. Chris, that's about the two drugs I think you can take together. Yeah, weed and drink seems okay, and I think most people who do don't really hear about. I mean, I may be wrong. You don't hear many things about people dying from. I may be wrong about this. Coke and booze. I don't know. He's an Aussie. Is that what it was? That was very bizarre. The fucking they just make me laugh. If anything. Let's go and have. Did you go and have a look at their channel? Channel activity. Oh, not channel activity. I want to do channel. Go to channel. Go to channel. Who's this fucking hitchbot? Someone called Camouflage. They got videos. 300 subscriber wall review. Is it? I don't really know. Chris said Coke is a massive killer. In all honesty, I don't know. So I could be totally wrong about that. It's just not something I'd heard of much. So yeah, I'm probably totally wrong about that. That's just what a weird fucking hit spot. Yeah, I don't know what that was all about. I'm on your channel right now if you're still watching. He's a fan of PewDiePie. About it, really, by the looks of it. Probably a fucking 10-year-old. Drop said, hammers are a massive killer too, but you still have to use one daily. Yes, yes. Hello, Dan. How you doing, mate? You right? Once again, I'm late. Sorry, guys. It's great to see you again. I hope you enjoyed that pint. I did, mate. Thank you. I fucking well did. Hammers, as in the things that you hit nails with. He's just listening about. Yeah, nice to see you on, Daniel. I've been away. I went to see Metallic, help her. I can't think of the right word. Release her brother's ashes. I don't know if that's the right word. Sprinkle her brother's ashes. It's been dead about 6 years, but she'd been wanting to spread. Don't sound right either. What is the word? What did you say it? I can't think of the saying. But she wanted to do her brother's ashes. So I went over and sort of helped her do that anyway. Hello, Don. He said, dude, it's been a while since I've been on one of your live streams. Glad to see you doing good. I'm not too bad, mate. Scatter. Thank you, Carlos. She went to scatter her brother's ashes. Fuck's sake. I knew there was a word. Thank you, Carlos. Yeah, nice one, Don. Yeah, I'm all right, mate. My hands are fucked. I've got something wrong with my hands. Drop said, always found it odd that you drive a nail but screw a screw. Yes. 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 Robertson never got involved with us now as we had regular tests through those. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I might have done it like once or twice in my life. Didn't like it. I find it one of the most boring, pointless drugs going. Purely because most people who do it need to drink with it. If you need to drink to do a drug, why don't you just drink? You know what I mean? Take some caffeine. That does the same thing. Take a load of caffeine. If you take like 5 caffeine tablets, does about the same thing as that anyway. And you won't have the paranoia or the chewing your mouth off shit either. You know what I mean? Or the fucking yeah. But no, I've never been into it. My drug has always been booze. That's been what I always, it's what does it for me. I used to smoke a bit of draw back in the day years ago, but makes me paranoid now. Hold on to Revo 7 is great. You'll definitely enjoy it. The only real problem is the proprietary belts. Yes, that's true. That's the sad thing about nearly all the crossbows now, though. Nearly all of the crossbows that come out now, they're all proprietary bolts. That it's becoming like a norm now. Well, Drop said, anytime I hear scatter, it's usually preceded by coppers. Yes. Yes. Chris said, so Diddy got a Diddy sentence. Thanks, so. Oh, God. Yeah. There you go. The conversation always turns to something fucking weird eventually. This one goes out to you lot.
It's a tiny bunch of nutters being watched over by a large team of moderators who encourage these people to think they have something worth saying. And people like you take them seriously, whereas nutters should be ignored. That is the proper purpose of a nutter, to be ignored.
Yeah, it's been enjoyable tonight. Don't forget to like the stream, everyone. Though, can't even remember what we was talking about there. But I'll be borrowing a Revo 7 soon. I'll give that a go. There's plenty of videos coming, by the way. It's just there may not be any making of stuff for a while, unless I've got some footage already done. But for a bit, we should just have to. There's plenty of other shit I can do. There's always stuff I can do. I got sent a torch recently. I can't remember what it was. I sure I got it out. What the fuck is it? No, it's over there. That, in case you wondered, is Defender Criminal Identifier. That's one of the shorts I did today. That's an old one. That's got, you know, it's been empty years, but it's good. It's good. Like demo thing for videos. Drop said this stream is like walking towards the bar when it's crowded. And you get bits of things like making the trek. Yeah, while making the trek, and if it's any good, you comment on your way back to say, exactly. That's very much what it's like, isn't it, Drops? Very much, very much. So, what you've been up to in the like couple of weeks I haven't spoke to you? Then, yeah, I went round Metallics. So I went round Metallics on the Friday, so that meant I wasn't here to live stream that weekend, and I was there till pretty much just after the next weekend. So that meant for two weekends I wasn't on. I put the Q&A premiere on there, I think. Because that went all right. Yeah. Boiling hot here. I don't know if it's because my mum's back. I think the fucking heating's on. Do you know what, Lee? I've bought some of that. I have bought it. You should get yourself a dog repellent spray as good as pepper spray with a couple of mods. Yeah, I have got some coming on the way. Bought some. It should be coming, well, I don't know, in a few days, basically. Yes, nice one, mate. Carlos said, "Go get off, mate. Need to get plenty of sleep. I won't be getting any tomorrow night. Trying to survive the storm. Catch up soon, or maybe Sunday night. Take care, Carlos. I hope you don't have a shitty night. I hope you get lots of sleep, and I hope you have a good time. You're going on your own, by the way. Can't remember if you said it was a solo camp. Yeah, take care, mate. Hope you have a good one, and see you soon. If I don't see you Sunday, I'll see you next weekend. Let's all wish Carlos luck on his solo camping. I'm for sure he said he was solo. Doc said, too fucking much. Trying to knock jobs off the list. And no one pays on time. The Capio famine or feast. Yeah, what a nightmare. Absolute nightmare. Sound like a right bastard. Yeah. Yeah, I did a bit of axe throwing around Metallics. That was good. Yeah, me, Metallic, our grandson, Steve. That's good fun. Broke two of her axe handles there, so she's gonna have to replace them. There's what it is. I hope she didn't care. The log that we took to throw the axes at had been in her bedroom as a side table for about 15 years, I think. It was one of the trees that was outside her house, and she asked the blokes cutting it down if she could have a bit of it. So they cut her a bit. It was about that wide. It was a fucking big log, about like that, and about that high. But she noticed it had what do you call it? Woodworm a couple of weeks ago, so let's get rid of it. Chris said, I still got cigars, mate. Nice. You enjoy your cigars. I don't think I've had a cigar since one of the Preppers meets. I mean, pipe backy. Nice, yeah. Oh, God. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do tonight. John said, on the plus side, the huge housing development up the road has gone under. They made 5 houses and stopped. Supposed to be about 100 houses, but ran out of funding after levelling the land. Oh, yeah, that is good, because that's a nightmare. They're always doing that round airdrops. It used to really piss me off that every fucking field going, they'd sell it off when it weren't supposed to be and build fucking housing estates. And not even housing estates. Fucking loads of houses that none of them, so there'd be like 100 houses. One of those would be a block of flats with 6 in it for people who can't afford to buy a house, basically. Social housing. All the rest is bought houses. Well, that's not fucking helping anyone. Oh, I'm glad that's fucking gone under, mate. I'm glad. Because you don't want fucking shitloads of new neighbours about. Because that means new bastards lurking about as well. Chris said that guy wanted it, mate. Oh, the pipe backer. Yes, Carl. Yeah, Carl's on now, maybe. He was on. Thank you, hard on. Scatter the ashes, yes. Doc said means the encroachment towards the farmland. has proven to not work. Nice. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Hold on. Yeah, scatter the ashes. Yeah, definitely, mate. Yeah, I knew there was a word for it. I couldn't think what it was. Yeah, they always do. I think they're on about there's a college near me. It's an old college. It used to be a secondary school. They're going to knock that down and put a fucking housing estate there. So instead of a new school, so I had to travel out of where I lived to go to secondary school because they turned the local secondary school into a college. Hello, fat boy feck. How you doing, mate? He said they need to start building council estates again. And don't let tenants buy them. Definitely, mate. Definitely. Yeah, they built a massive estate near me recently, and as I say, so a massive estate, over 100 houses. There was one block of flats with 6 flats in. That was it. That was the whole thing. Out of all of it, was the only thing for social housing. Yeah. Just water tonight, Chris. He said, "What are you drinking?" I'm not drinking any booze for a couple of weeks. I've been drinking way too much, and it started to make me go. I go a bit mental if I drink too much. I start getting like paranoid and a bit weird. I get highly antisocial, and then I start going a bit paranoid. So, even a couple of days off helps me. But if I start drinking again, say if I drank tomorrow, it'll bring it all back again. So if I have a couple of weeks off, I can then drink and it won't happen anymore. Lee, take care, mate. He says, got to go. The meds are kicking in tonight. Oh, good night, Lee. Thanks for coming on, mate. It's been a nice chat. See you later, mate. Drop said, my kid's school has a mile-long front. Takes Penny half an hour to get through it on here on the way to work. Yeah, what a nightmare. Fucking nightmare. Chris said, sounds like a good idea. Yeah, it starts to affect me mentally if I drink too much nowadays. It always did, but the problem was when I was younger and I drank every day, I drank enough to not think about the paranoia because it was just naturally there. You know what I mean? The antisocialness and the paranoia was there, but I would just drink every day. You know what I mean? I can't do shit like that. That boy Fix said the best of the best started off being brought up on campsites. Yeah, well, exactly, mate. 100%. Yeah. Yeah, there's very little of that now, Yeah. I still live on a council estate, and the estate up the road is a council estate, but like my road, that is, I don't know, I'd say that's getting on for a third of the houses on my road have been bought. Yeah, they're not council houses anymore. It's a shame. Don't forget to like the stream, everyone, please. It is very much appreciated. It does help. Yeah, I'm just drinking water tonight. Drop said, greenery gets me paranoid. Booze leaves you being a detective in the morning. Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah, what it is, though, yeah, it does. It starts to make me paranoid after a while. But part of the paranoia is that dropped, is not knowing what you've done. You know what I mean? So I automatically wake up the next day feeling guilty in case I've done something. But it's not just that. It's just it starts to just get worse and worse and worse, I noticed. I get more and more paranoid and basically weird thoughts. It probably is eventually sending me slightly psychotic. So basically I grew up on a house and say, yeah, same here. But yeah, the greenery, that definitely makes me paranoid, but only when I'm on it. Once I'm off of it and it wears off, I'm fine again. Just so you all know, I may piss off about 12 tonight. I'm quite tired. I haven't been sleeping very well. I'm going to have to try and sleep sitting up tonight because I don't know what it is. The other thing that's happening to me lately is I'm waking up in the middle of the night with pins and needles in my hands. I don't know if I'm just, I suspect it maybe I'm just sleeping weird. And I'm cutting off the circulation to my hands, but it might be something to do with my hands hurting. I don't know. I notice if I sleep sitting up and my hands are down, I don't get it. Start sleeping. Oh yeah, but I can't. If I sleep on my back, then I get full on sleep apnea. I can't sleep at all. See, I can't win. What it is, dropped. I just need to lose weight. Drop said, have to ask, housing estates, housing apartments. So housing estates, so look, my housing, my council estate are proper houses. Yeah, it's just an estate. You know, it's a bit like, I don't know what you'd call it in America. I don't know. Space Cadet said, would like to try commune living, create a homestead. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Hard on, I said, Space Cadets. I like the profile picture. That boy fact said, I was brought up on the Pepsi estate in Deptford, in South London. Nice. The ghetto projects, yeah. It's, yeah. Houses, bungalows, flats on some, yeah. So, like, the housing estate up the, what I call the estate, that is houses, flats, and bungalows. But what they are dropped is they're not, you don't buy them, you know, you rent them off of the council, you know, or the housing association, essentially. So you don't buy the house. You could. They did do a right to buy after a while, but that's why hardly any of them are council houses now. Yeah, you basically rent them off the government, essentially. Yeah. But what they do now is they make housing estates with every one of the houses are to buy, apart from maybe one little block of flats, which that'll be the 6 housing association houses that not poor people, but people who can't afford to buy a house can rent instead. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. It's like my village. My end is the council estate. You sort of have the council estate, my end, the sort of shops in the middle, and then the other side is like what we call the posh end. I'll tell you the posh end because they're all bought houses. It makes me laugh. But the thing is, you can tell a difference. You can tell someone who lives up the bought end and who lives up the council estate end. You can tell the difference. Lemon cake, how are you? So yeah, everyone's renting or getting social housing. Yeah. But yeah, very, very few places have those places to rent now. Yeah. Makes me laugh what we talk about. Spacey said, I've lived all over my hometown. You know, I've lived in the same house for 40 years. I've lived in this house for 40 years, and my family have lived on this road for probably about 75 years, I think. Yeah. Littlest hobo, yes. Spacey is the littlest hobo. I'm gonna have to see where the littlest hobo is to watch. I fucking love the littlest hobo. The 1980s littlest hobos, because there was older ones, weren't there? There was some black and white littlest hobo episodes. Yeah, the 1980s littlest hobos was like peak littlest hobo in my opinion. Fucking great show. I struggle to watch it though because I love it so much. Most of the time I'm watching it trying not to cry because I get so emotional. The drop said, yeah, I think I get it, but it was confusing route. We have rented houses, but they're owned by an individual usually. Everything else is you pay the bank till you bought the place. Yeah, no, these are rent from the government essentially. Yeah. So you're not renting from a person who's bought a house. You're renting from the government. Yeah. So each area has their own council. So each town has their council, and you rent your house from that council. Does that make sense? That might be the easiest way to do it. That by fact said, I was lucky. Bought a house early and benefited from doing it. I think my generation had the glories. Yeah. Exactly, mate. Yeah. I know my uncle he got to buy his house. My nan didn't, and they wanted to buy my nan's house, but no, they couldn't agree to do it. Granted, my parents owned their house. Took them down near 40 years, but it says There we go. I have no idea about that. I have no idea about that. No idea, mate. No idea. Who knows? Can you hear it raining in the background? Spacey said, I've never made my fortune. No, I think the most money I've ever had in my entire life was about $5,000. It's the most money I've ever had, ever. Never had more than that. Probably never fucking will. Maybe if I got to sell all that in one go. John said, by the way, my brother is coming up on the 16th. Oh, nice. All right. When's the 16th dropped? And how long's he about for? 16th is a Thursday. All right. So we could get on for the weekend afterwards. Yeah, wet night. And he said the same. I'll look forward to having a chat with him, mate. We'll get him on camera again if you want. Is he hanging around for a bit? If he's hanging around for a bit, well, Johnson, no idea, doesn't have a return flight. Oh, great. We'll try and get him to hang around till after Halloween then, and he can join in on the Halloween special. I'm going to do a Halloween special on the Friday, and then I'm going to do a Spyroverse special on the Saturday. So that'll be the 31st and 1st of November, or whatever it be. Tactical. Knock, knock. Who's there? Johnson, I'm looking to finish the flower next week. Nice. Hello, Michael. How you doing? He said, have you got any throwing knives? I do. I certainly do. Johnson, put that tackle away. Spyro. Spyro who? Spyro who? Come on, don't leave me hanging here. But yes, basically that. Yeah, the only reason I had $5,000 once is because I was left it. I left $5,000. $5,000 once from me, Nan. It's the most money I've ever had. Tell us, Spyro coming to get you. Oh. How are you these days anyway? Are you better? Have you been out? How you doing, mate? My hands are fucked. I don't know if I've got carpal tunnel or tendonitis or fucking arthritis or something. I don't know. I can't make anything. Really hard. Even carrying like bags and stuff fucking kills. And I noticed that hand doesn't want to shut properly. It's painful if I try and shut that, which I didn't remember. I might have to tell the doctor that. Other than that, I ain't too bad. I'm like 95% finished with the brand new Spyverse documentary, which I'm going to finish tomorrow, I think. But if anyone still wants to add to that, they can. Do a couple more clips, yeah, and then I'll do a video asking for Halloween stuff. The only reason the Halloween video might not get done is if no one wants to join in, right? So if that happens, it'll just be a Spyro night, but hopefully we'll get enough that I can do a proper Halloween night. That's one step forward, 2 steps back, but being positive. Cheers. Sorry to hear your hand and stuff. But yeah, I don't know what the fuck it is, Tactical, but it ain't getting better. It's not getting worse, at least. But I hope you're getting better, mate, because, you know, it's all a fucking nightmare, isn't it? Yeah. Halloween special coming soon and Spyverse special. There'll be at least some kind of special at the end of the month. Quite looking forward to it. I might even try and do episode. I don't know if I could do it in a month. I might be able to. See if I could do episode 1 of series 2. But I might not. Mike says, hopefully your hand will get better soon. Maybe you should visit. I have got. So what I did, Mike, I got a. I was on hold today for an hour and 20 minutes to then be told that I needed to do it online. Lucky I didn't go mental. I thought, no, I won't. You know, I genuinely thought she was taking a fucking piss out of me. Because why didn't they tell you that in the beginning? Because the phone call should say, try online first. You know, when they have the message, it should say, try online first. This is the link you go to, and then come back to us on the phone if that don't work. not let you sit there. They let me sit there for an hour and 20 minutes and then said you got to do it online. So basically, I've done the first steps of getting a doctor's appointment. Yeah, I did have one. I had a doctor's appointment for not last Saturday, but the Saturday before. But the problem was I booked it on a Wednesday, hoping I'd get it the next day, and they said it was Saturday. That Saturday, I was around Metallic's house. So yeah, oh well. But yeah, I am gonna see the doctor soon. Drop said, won't know how much my hand hurts till tomorrow. £4 blacksmith hammer beating on cinder blocks for a few hours. Shoulder is screaming already. Have you ever tried them pain pads, Drops? Have you ever tried the Chinese pain pads? Now, for me, they work really fucking well. They work excellently. What a good idea, Tactical. I wish I'd fucking done that now. I wish I'd done that. Yeah. I hadn't thought about that at the time because I was so shocked. I was so fucking shocked when she fucking said, you got to do it online. Because what happened last time, I went online. Online told me to ring 111. I rang 111. They told me to ring the doctors. So I just thought I'll cut out the other two things this time and I'll go straight to the doctor. What a mistake. Hello, Steve. How you doing, mate? Right? So Nomad Steve is Steve who come visited me for a couple of days. And me and him spent a bit of time around Metallics. Fucking hell, I couldn't say fucking... How you doing, Steve? Right, mate? Andy said, get an eighth of weed and do an extract of coconut oil. It's good. I don't know about the eighth of weed. It made me too paranoid. I'm all right, Steve. Hands are still fucked, though. But I have rung the doctors now. Chris said, good job you're not a darts player. Well, I am a darts player. It's a good job I'm not playing darts. Yeah. I did a little shooting competition with Steve. Don't tell him who won, though, mate. I shall do that video sometime next week, but I only did one round. I might start the shooting competition up again, but just start doing it one round now, because I think it goes on too long. If you do 3 rounds, it'll be easier one round. If it's a draw, isn't it? Michael said, try some painkillers. Most painkillers are banned in Germany where I live. From here in Germany, you need a permit form from a doctor. Fuck's sake. I have tried sort of basic ones. I have had, paracetamol and ibuprofen. I haven't bothered tonight. It's not that bad tonight, but it's still not great. Steve was laughing. Yeah, don't tell him who won. Got to be a surprise. Drop said, I have a rice bag. Turn that fucker up to torture temperature. Oh, yeah, forget about the rice bags. And that tends to help. The issue is the shoulder injury is too deep. I think it's just outside the socket. I forget about the rice bags. Fuck yes. Where's mine? I might get that in the freezer. I haven't tried heat on my hands yet because I wasn't sure what it was. And if it was inflammation, I didn't want to make it worse. I have tried cold, and I thought cold worked a bit. But I might try the cold spray that Richard said. Good night, Chris. Yeah, I'll be on tomorrow, mate. Good night. Spacey said, seen 2 great celeb deaths this week, mate. Who was that then? Who's died this week? I can't remember. I've not noticed. Who's died? What are you up to, Steve? Anyway, you sat in your van or you... Oh, yeah, Mickey Pierce from fucking... I did see that. Yeah, Mickey Pierce from Rain Fools and Horses. Yeah, that's a shame, yeah. Drop said, lay your hand flat and put it on top. Oh, I did not know Mrs. Bucket died. Yeah, I didn't know that, yeah. Oh, Patricia Routledge. I didn't know she died. I knew Mickey Pierce had, though. Tactical said, try putting your hand in your pocket. It must be freezing in there since you last bought around. You do make me laugh. Okay. If I put my hand in my pocket, it would fucking freeze into a solid block. You're a sucker. Yeah. Hyacinth Bouquet from Mrs. Bucket from Keeping Up Appearances. Yeah, Patricia Routledge. That's her name. Yeah. Oh, I didn't know she died. Fat Boy Fex said, I found out when I started to drink 2 litres of water every day, the inflammation and thumbs got better. Nice. Steve says, sitting in his van, listening to the rain, watching TV. Basically, remember she did a role in Steptoe. So the woman who does Mrs. Bucket in that, yeah, she's actually a really good actress. I've listened to her do some really good radio plays. Doc said, didn't know that either. Wondered why she was popping up on my YouTube. Yeah, she's a really good actress, actually. Hello, Penny. How you doing? She said, put your hand between your thighs and do Kegels. Maybe. Robin Sidekick. How you doing? He said, hello, sir. I'm doing a social observation on YouTube, asking people's questions. Do you want to help me? So I can answer some questions for you. Yes. Yes. Sorry if I butchered your name. Although it depends on what the questions are. But go ahead. Ask me some questions. But be aware you may only have me on here for 15 minutes because it's quite late in the UK. It is midnight. I will answer the questions depending on what they are. What you been up to, Penny? Anyway, been up to much? I had an all right time around Metallics. I had a good time around Metallics. Irving said, I want to ask you about how you feel about 2019. 6 years ago. I genuinely can't really remember anything about it. I can't remember anything about 2019. I would have been 39 in that year. Yeah, can't remember anything. I can't remember anything in 2019 personally. When did COVID start? Was that then? I don't know. But that didn't make much difference to my life. So sadly, Robin, I can't really answer much on that one. But feel free to ask more. Is that when it all changed? Was it? Robin said, all right, thank you. I'm quite interested in this. He said, did you feel any crack at the time, like a glitch in your life or something? I would have to go back and look into that. What he's talking about there is when we changed realities. Yes, I believe that has happened. Is that when it's supposed to have happened? 2019. That was just sitting in my van on Tynemouth seafront watching the waves crash. Doctor, waves crashing in the rain. Good shit right there. You know what, Robin? I would have to look back at that time and see whether something happened that year. But I can't remember. Maybe the fact that I can't remember. Yeah. I can't remember. Really can't remember. That was 1990. That was the last time I felt any crack. I'll get my coat. Fuck's sake. He didn't say 1999. He said 2019, you fucker. Oh, gosh. Yes. Robin, I do believe that is when reality changed. Yes. And we went into a new reality. It's just I was unaware of it personally. I'm more aware of it now, though. Certainly. I'm certainly aware of things being different now. Penny said, you better have the dovetails for when doves cry. Oh, God. Raven said, yes, thank you, sir, for your answers. That was a very dark year. Thank you again, sir. Well, thank you for asking. That's quite interesting, yes. I would have to look back. The problem with me, Robin, is I have quite a bad memory, and I can't remember what happened in 2019. But maybe that's what it did to me. Maybe it made me forget everything. Yeah. He's not a troll. Robin's not a troll. He's asking us about. It's all good though. Don't worry about it. He's asking about when reality changed. Didn't you know about these things, you lot? Cough, cough, booze. Maybe. I was 39 then. I can't remember anything eventful happening when I was 39. No. But that's supposed to be when reality changed. Yes. It was all right, Penny. My hands was killing me the whole time, though. But we did manage to scatter Metallic's brother's ashes, which was uneventful because I was quite worried about what Metallic wanted to do. She was going out. She wanted to basically scatter them at sea. So she did the best she could on her kayak, which was good. You know, she did what she needed to do. And that what it would go into the sea. But we was a bit like, I was a bit worried because she hadn't done it for ages and you didn't know how windy it was going to be. And you know what I mean? And we tied a rope to make sure she didn't get pulled off into the fucking sea. But then it wasn't long enough and it was hindering her. So we agreed to just let it go because it was very calm. But yeah, she did good. She did fucking excellent, in fact. But yeah, the trip was good. It was just my hands was hurting the whole entire time. Had a couple of times when we had some nice extreme drinks. Yeah, it was all right, Danny. Drop said blacking out or as I call it time traveling. Yes, 100% dropped. Yes, I've time traveled a lot in my life, except it's the wrong kind of time traveling because you're losing time. I thought that's good. Drop said you didn't have one of those the wind change direction. No, luckily not. No, luckily not. Tactical said, been out with my gifts tonight, added another 10-foot mileage on the Zimmer for fuck's sake, made you make laugh. Yes. Yeah. Have you pulled tonight? Penny said, looking forward to Halloween. I am. So what I'm going to do for Halloween, Penny, is I'm going to do... Halloween is on Friday night. So on Friday night, I'm going to do a Halloween special. And a Saturday night, we'll do a Spyroverse special. Because I've got about 3 minutes worth of footage I need to do for the documentary, and it's done. I think one other person might get me some content, but it can be later. That's fine. Drop said that's how you inhale your dad, but it's completely legal. Yes. No, it was good. It was good. It went perfectly. It was fucking because I was quite worried. Only because, you know, you don't know what's going to happen. And she's out on could be quite potentially rough water that's going out to sea in a kayak that she hasn't used for 7 years. But she was solid and, you know, did it easily, went out there and it weren't taking her. She was managing to just sit there, not really move about. And, yeah, did a really good job. And 2 of her sisters was there. It was really nice. It was really nice, actually. And then we went back to one of her sisters' house and had like a traditional meal that their family do, which is I'll tell you another day because that's food talk, isn't it? But someone will be on that. Anyway, but yeah, it's great. The doctor said determination always gets the jobs done. Exactly, mate. Yeah, it's just my hands was fucked the whole entire time, but you know, I can work through it. I can work through the pain, but the only problem is I don't know if it's going to get better doing that. Because I could potentially go and make something, but then I'll be in agony all night afterwards and the next day, and it's not making it any better. So I don't know. I probably shouldn't do that because I don't want that. If that's a permanent thing, then I would be fucked. So I'm trying to rest them, but you never can rest your fucking hands. It's a bastard. Because even like I've been holding that in my hand, that's making them hurt. Tactical said he just pulled his back. Lol. So yeah, I don't know. I've got a doctor's appointment hopefully soon. So yeah. Smell my liver. Drop said that's the struggle. Do you push through the pain? Yeah, or fear that it's going to do more damage? Exactly. Because I could probably do something, but yeah, is it going to make it worse? But I must admit, even playing a fucking computer game was making it hurt. That was right, bastards. I thought I'll just sit there, I'll play a computer game for a week, not really moving my hands. Yeah. I think the trip to Metallics was lovely, and then Steve came around here for a bit. That was great. We fixed his guns, we did a bit of shooting, and we had some drinks. It was good fun. Had some fires in the garden. It was all great. The other night, I think last night, I was a bit sort of, I don't know what to do. So I finally watched Miley Cyrus's film that goes with her new album. That's pretty good. It's not really a film, though. It's more just a 53-minute long music video, essentially. It's all right. I enjoyed watching it. Doc said, and legit, make sure you don't have a muscle tied up in your back. Shoulder blades are tricky bastards. Yeah. Hopefully, I should see a doctor within a week, and then I might be a bit closer to knowing. They at least might be able to say, well, rest up doing this. You know, I have tried cold stuff. I've tried cold, and it seemed to work a bit, but not massively. It didn't, put it this way, when I put like pain pads on my shoulder, that worked really well. Or if I put them on my side, that works really well. I put ice, I did the rice bags in the freezer, and I put my hands on those. And it worked, I'd say, a bit, but it may not be cold that I need, but I've not put anything like hot on my hands because I wasn't sure if it was some kind of inflammation, and heat could make it worse. So I may try something warm. I might try something warm. The rice bags, I think the rice bags will stay hotter for longer than they stay cold, if that makes sense. So yeah, I don't know. As I say, I sort of can work, but it's not worth it because I don't know. It fucking hurts when it hurts. I tell you, it's all right at the minute. It's sort of all right at the minute because I haven't really done anything for like 3 days. That boy fact said, Prepper's been hitting supermarkets. My mate is a manager at Sainsbury's, and he's told me tin foods haven't sold so well since lockdown. I thought it was bollocks till I went to Asda. What is that then? What's supposed to be going on? Is it just all the shit that's going on? You know, is like war escalating and shit like that? And I'm lucky here. I'm pretty prepped anyway. Always got shitloads in the kitchen. I've got at least 60 litres of water. It's under the fucking stairs. I might add another bit to that though. Always worth having as much water as you can get. Yeah. I didn't know that was going on. What else have I done recently? I don't know. Thing is, I've been so concentrating on my fucking hands recently that I forget what I've been doing. Oh, I've got a little pistol to clean up. It's a very old one. That's when I broke my wrist years ago. Physio had me counting my fingers using my like that. Yeah. I certainly do. But as I said, I've noticed. See how that hand closes? If I go any further with this one, it starts to hurt. Hurts to shut it. Maybe I need to look into that. Hand hurts to shut it. Hand pain when you make a fist could stem from arthritis, tendonitis, carpal tunnel syndrome, trigger finger, or an injury, which is exactly all the things I know already, pretty much. Rest, ice, compression, elevate. Could be arthritis, yeah. Could be tendonitis, yeah. Could be carpal tunnel syndrome, yeah. Could be trigger finger, but that's where you can have trigger finger with different fingers, can't you? Yeah, I've done all this shit. Splint definitely didn't work. I noticed when I splinted my hands up, I'd still be pushing against it, which seemed to make them hurt more. I know, it's nice brainstorming ideas. That's partly, like, some people don't like to say when they've got pains because they feel like it feels like they're moaning about or complaining about their ailments. That's not what I'm doing. And I don't think that if someone else says, oh, you know, my arm hurts, whatever, often it's a good thing to tell people your pains, because they will often have ideas of, one, what it is, and two, how to make it better. So it's worth talking to people about these things, and never feel like you're sort of complaining, because the thing is, if you don't tell anyone, you just sit and suffer with it. And, you know, some people do that till they fucking die. You know, tell people if you've got fucking pains or something wrong, tell people. Because they may have had it and then they go, oh, you can do this to get rid of that, or blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Pete said, still on. Just watched Freddy versus Jason. Nice. I watched that for ages, Pete. Yeah, I was talking about you earlier. I was saying about when you bought that. Did you ever get that pistol from Pelpax? What happened with that in the end? Drop said, it isn't in your hand, it's the muscles in your arm. Actually, I have been getting pain there and in my armpit as well. Yeah, I've been getting pain there. That's why I was saying check your back. How posture is enough to change how much your hand hurts. Yes. Yeah, sorry, Drop. Yeah, I have been getting pain in my forearms as well. Pete said, true, it's good to ask for. Exactly, Pete, it is. It is worth, don't feel like you're moaning about your ailments. Just, it's worth telling people. Yeah, because, you know, people can then help. They may have advice. They may have had the same thing. Pete said, now I got the Glock from a gun shop. Yeah, so you got your money back. Yeah. Is it someone was asking about Pelpax, how good they were. I will be going off in a minute. I'm quite tired and I've got a few things to sort out. It has been a nice, pleasant evening, by the way. And I will be on tomorrow. And if I'm not too tired, I might do a late night live stream sober. So, yeah. Andy said, if you tell people you're in pain, makes you feel worse. It's better not to say up. No. Gotta tell people, mate. Tell people. Daniel said, it's not worth worrying about world events because there's not much we can do to change it. I agree. It's politicians and world leaders that have the power to change things and stop wars. Exactly, mate. Yes. Yep. Drop said, lay on the floor and test your range of motion. Getting old requires stretching. Okay, I'll do that. I'll do that in a minute, or maybe in the morning. Pete said, probably just one of those things. I'd order from them again if I had to. Okay, yeah, nice. Dan said, all we can do is just get on with our lives. Exactly, mate. I totally agree with you. That's Defender spray, in case anyone wonders what it is. I'll put a short on that today. Right, I'm going to fuck off. Thank you for watching, everyone. I do appreciate it. It's been a good evening. And I'll be on tomorrow night, definitely. And if I have a nice lay-in tomorrow, which I hope to, I'll be on late tomorrow night. Yes, Peach, I tried to buy some farb. I didn't have enough money, so I bought something else. But yeah, they do, because I've linked some farb gel from this video, because this one's discontinued. Spacey said, got a few mad adult coloring books arriving. Still some to come. They're nice. You'll have to show me some of them. Email me them. Steve said, used 2 tins of stew steak the last couple of days. Tried to buy more, but the tinned meat shells dropped down. It's mad, isn't it? I didn't know that. I didn't know that was a thing. I just bought one of those cheap boxing machines to keep my hand-eye coordination. Oh, what's that then? You have to put that on. Put it on Discord. Ray said, like, mate, hopefully see you tomorrow. Yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow night. Thank you for watching, everyone. I do appreciate it. I'm quite tired. I might get straight to bed after I've cleaned all the shit off of it. Paige, if he sends me some pictures, I'll put them on the Discord, because that'd be quite interesting, because I do like that kind of stuff. Thank you for watching, everyone. I do appreciate it. I'll see you all tomorrow. There's dicks everywhere. Good night. Thank you for watching. And I really do appreciate it. This one goes out to you lot.
Good night, everyone. I'll see you in your dreams.
Good night. I'll see you later. Fucking D-Well. You stick your D-Well up your ass. See you later. Good night.